Welcome to Rebel Chaser. My name is Gail, and I have two videos for you tonight, and they are both people who must have, really good reservations for the Gray Bar Hotel. The first guy never once reported to probation. He didn't even report to orientation. That's how bad it is. So he must want to stay at the Gray Bar Hotel. And the second guy is a sovereign citizen that wants to argue about charges and who's harmed and all that kind of stuff. And he must really want to stay at the Gray Bar Hotel also. So I'll let you guys watch.
Okay, is everyone ready on Devon McDonald?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. McDonald, is it Devon or Devon?
Devon.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Olga, you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
We got probation here, and is it going to be you, Mr. Pena?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let's get on the record in case number 703485 in the matter stated Texas versus Devon A. McDonald. Mr. McDonald, you're on live. Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you given your attorney, Mr. James Hunt, and this court permission to go forward with your proceeding via video conference, also known as the Zoom app?
I do.
Thank you very much, sir. Please stand by. Can I get the attorneys and probation to please announce for and on the record?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
James Hunt for defense.
Marie Martinez for probation.
Okay, Mr. McDonald, back on the 23rd day of March of 2023, just over a year ago, you submitted an application, a request to this court to be placed on community supervision or probation in lieu of, instead of you serving time at the Bexar County Jail for the offense for which you were charged, an assault, bodily injury, married offense alleged to have occurred about a month prior to that, on February the 27th of 2023, in case number 703485. The court granted your application with the understanding that you were going to follow the orders the court issued on March 23rd, and that you were going to comply fully with your conditions of probation. The court warned you on that day that if you did not do so, and the state filed a motion to revoke your probation and adjudicate you guilty of the offense, alleging that you had not followed the court's orders and you had not complied with your conditions of probation. And after a hearing, which we're at today, and after the court hears from the state, from you, from probation and your attorney, if the court determined that you had indeed violated the order and had violated the conditions of probation, the court warned you then, and I'll warn you again today, that you could face the full range of punishment for the offense for which you were charged. And that's up to 1 year of incarceration at the Bexar County Jail. In addition to that, up to a $4,000 fine. And you could be stripped of your Second Amendment constitutional right to bear firearms, have guns, and handle ammunition. Mr. McDonald, we're at the hearing I warned you about. And so you could face 1 year at the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. And the affirmative finding of family violence takes full effect. So I just want to make sure you understand why you're here. So do you understand why you're here, Mr. McDonald?
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
And do you understand what could happen at the end of this hearing?
I understand, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. McDonald. Please stand by. Mr. Pena, as the prosecutor for Bexar County and the attorney for the state of Texas, why are we here today?
Your Honor, we're here this afternoon for a motion to revoke the defendant's probation, and the state is alleging violation of one of those conditions, Your Honor. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Devin Andres McDonald, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of November 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
4. Okay. Mr. McDonald, the state is alleging you failed to report as court ordered to adult probation by November or in November of 2023. Is that true or not true?
It is true, Your Honor. Only reason because I'm homeless. I mean, and it's kind of hard for me to report. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm not stable. You know what I mean? Like, and I tried my best, and I didn't catch no cases. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I'm trying my hardest. You know what I'm saying? I've been dealing with this case since 2022. You know what I mean? And I don't even deal with the defendant no more. I don't talk to that girl no more. Like, I don't even know why it says married, like, because I was never even married to the person. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I have not caught no new cases. I mean, I understand what I'm facing, but and if you could be lenient towards me and give me time served, I would be very, 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 very thankful.
Okay. Mr. McDonald, I failed to swear you in. I've got all that information. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury should you lie to the court? You're muted, Mr. McDonald.
Oh, yes, it's the truth.
And you may put your hand down. So yes, you're going to tell the truth, and you just stated that it was true. Mr. McDonald, did you ever report again after November of 2023?
I didn't get to report because, like I said, I've been homeless.
Mr. McDonald,
post.
Mr. McDonald, stop, because I'm very well aware of the location of adult probation, which is half a block from Haven for Hope, which is the premier.
They had me going to a whole different one.
It's the premier spot in the whole country for homeless services, for people without housing services. And so I'm not very clear on what prevented you from reporting in person to your probation officer.
Well, ma'am, when I called my probation officer, they had me reporting way out on Starcrest, and I had, like I say, I'm homeless. I don't have no money to catch vehicle transportation like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they had me if they had me going to the one across the street from the jail, I would have went to there because, like I said, I got out of jail. It was right across the street. They had me going to a whole different one way on Starcrest.
Okay, thank you very much. We have a true plea from Mr. McDonald. State, what are you seeking?
One of two things, Your Honor. We're either fine with extending Mr. McDonald's case for 1 more year with amended conditions to include ISF or revocation and adjudication, Your Honor.
Mr. Hunt, I'm going to skip to you before I hear from probation. Is your client agreeing to, I'm not going to give him time served. I'm going to tell you that right now. So that's off the table, Mr. McDonald. So you have an option today of the possible order that I'm going to issue at the end of this hearing, or you can do ISF. And Mr. Hunt, I'm going to give you some time to go talk to your client about that, and then we're going to come back on the record. Someone please put Mr. Hunt in a breakout room with Mr. McDonald.
Your Honor, they've already spoken about that. I believe that was our first recommendation.
Okay. Mr. Hunt, do you have?
We have. I've spoken to my client about this, and he believes that he would rather do the time than the ISF. He is trying to better himself. He has been through a lot of difficulties recently. He is not quite at the past. He has been employed, but I don't know if he was employed at the time he was arrested. We would like an opportunity for Mr. McDonald to try to get his life right.
We're going to help him. We're going to help him. Let me just say this to you, Mr. Hunt. Had he complied with probation, he would have gotten all the help that he needed. That's what I'm going to say on the record now. Now I'll hear from Officer Martinez.
Your Honor, this is a particularly frustrating case. Mr. McDonald has never once reported to probation.
I see that through the report. That's why I was kind of perplexed at the one number 4 violation of condition number 4, just 1 month. And
but the issue is he was sentenced on March 23rd of 2023. He gave an address of 324 Jim Street, which is why he was directed to the Northeast office. He's listed as a gang member. He's listed as a Crystal Heights gang member. For that reason, he was to report to the Northeast office.
Crystal Heights is a female that.
Somebody please mute Mr. McDonald. Mr. McDonald, you had your time. We're not here to argue. We're not here to make a circus out of this hearing. Right now, Officer Martinez has the floor. Go ahead, Officer Martinez.
He did report verbally by telephone that he was homeless and he was going to the Haven for Hope shelter. If he had done that, we would have reassigned him to the downtown probation office. He was supposed to bring proof that he was residing there. He never once reported. So he was assigned to myself under my caseload, which I don't have a caseload. But when people don't report to orientation, they get assigned to me. So I filed the MTR. He reported to court in October of 2023. We discussed all of these barriers and issues that he was having. I withdrew the MTR, instructed him to report to a probation officer downtown. He never reported. I scheduled his TAP evaluation. He wasted and squandered that appointment that people wait months for. He never reported. We made phone calls. On October 5th, we made a phone call. On October 17th, we made a phone call. He stated that he got a ride to his girlfriend's house. We asked him why
She froze. She's coming back on. Officer Martinez, you froze and we lost you. You were talking about he squandered the appointment that you made for him that people have to wait months for.
Yes, I apologize. I was kidnapped by Raven.
Okay.
We called him and he stated that he was we asked him where he was at, and he said he was at his girlfriend's house. And we asked him why he couldn't get a ride to probation. And he said the people that he had only would give him a ride to his girlfriend's house. We told him he had to prioritize probation, that it was very important. He said nobody would give him a ride to probation. They would only give him a ride to his girlfriend's house. So we made another appointment for him for October 26th. He failed to report. We sent out a letter. He failed to respond to us. He wouldn't return our phone calls. So we sent out the field unit, another option that we have, that another resource that we have that we use to get Mr. McDonald into compliance. His girlfriend stated that he was working and that she thought he was done with probation, that he told her he was done with probation and didn't have to report to anybody. So we tried to get him in. Again, an MTR was filed. So he has never once reported to orientation, to any probation officer at any location. He was welcome to report to the downtown office. He did not. So at this time, probation is offering him ISF. It will take 2 months for him to get in from the jail. It is a 4-month lockdown program. He's not interested in ISF only because he has done nothing on probation. There are no UAs on file, no employment on file, no TAP evaluation, no community service hours, no payments. And he's already been given a chance. When I withdrew the last MTR, and I was very clear with Mr. McDonald, I met with him myself. I was very clear to him that it was important for him to report. We cannot help him if he doesn't walk in through the doors. He promised me that he would report. We called his previous attorney to get him to report. The attorney had no recollection of Mr. McDonald's case. We've done a lot of work trying to get him into compliance. And at this point, he just doesn't seem to want to comply. He's 28 years old. I believe he is of sound mind and body. There's no reason for him not reporting. He can find a ride to his girlfriend's house when he wants to, but he doesn't seem interested in complying with probation.
Thank you, Officer Martinez. And Mr. Hunt, I will give you one more opportunity, but before you do, I will say this. Voluntarily, 1 year, I'm going to share with you all. I walked from Our Lady of Guadalupe Church in Helotes, Texas, all the way down to Our Lady of Guadalupe Church on the west side of San Antonio as a part of a pilgrimage group. It took a day, but we did it. 25 plus miles. If I could do that voluntarily as a part of my faith, Mr. McDonald could have walked to any office and that for adult probation supervision. I'll hear from you next, Mr. Hunt.
Judge, I guess the things I can offer is he did not reoffend.
I've been shot in my leg. I forgot about that.
I also ordered you to be quiet. You interrupting after I've ordered you to be quiet does not bode well with the court. You telling me you got shot while on probation does not bode well with the court. Go ahead, Mr. Hunt.
Well, he has not reoffended. He's not been rearrested, I don't believe. He has gone through a lot of difficulty in the past year plus. We would ask for something less than the maximum. He's credited with 55 days, so not a great deal of time, but respectfully, I would ask the court for 180 days.
Anything else from anyone else?
Nothing further from the state.
Okay. Today, the court is accepting Mr. McDonald's true plea for violation number 4 as pled by the state, failing to report for the month of November of 2023. In light of all the information the court has received throughout this hearing, the court is granting the state's motion to revoke Mr. McDonald's probation and adjudicate him guilty of the offense for which he was placed on deferred adjudication for a period of solely 10 months. That's the assault bodily injury married offense alleged to have occurred on the 27th day of February of 2023 in case number 703485. The court is sentencing Mr. McDonald to 365 days at the Bexar County Jail, not assessing any fine. He's ordered to pay court costs. The court is issuing the affirmative finding of family violence. With that finding, Mr. McDonald, you are prohibited from possessing, purchasing, owning, or using a firearm, a gun, and ammunition. Let the record reflect that Mr. McDonald has walked away from his chair at the jail. The court is giving him credit for the time he served, 55 days. His time and money will run concurrent. Let the record reflect that Mr. McDonald returned to his chair. Mr. McDonald, the affirmative finding of family violence also prohibits you from visiting any location, staying at any location, or living at any location where firearms, guns, and ammunition can be found. You are also prohibited from being a passenger or driver in any motor vehicle in which firearms, guns, or ammunition can be found. And Mr. McDonald, last, if you go hunting, you cannot use a firearm, gun, or ammunition to hunt with. You walked away when the court stated that you will get credit for time served. That's 55 days, and your time and money will run concurrent. Mr. McDonald, you're 20-something years old. You're too old to be dealing with this stuff, but evidently you see.
You haven't been shot.
No, I haven't. I haven't put myself in situations to be shot. So
You cannot tell me nothing.
well, I am. I can. I'm the judge.
You can tell me about.
Go ahead and let him spew whatever he wants to spew on the record, so we have a record of whatever he wants to say.
Like I say, if I could walk 25 miles, ma'am, I would. Trust and do that. Please, indeed, please, my heart, I would. You feel me? But like I said, I got shot by being an innocent bystander. You feel me? Like, you think that I'm not trying? Oh, I have tried. If I didn't try, I would never have talked to these people on the phone. She has records of me talking on her on the phone. I mean, like, I would, if I did not try at all, they would have had no conversation with me at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all not taking the responsibility. I haven't caught no cases. You feel me? I've tried my hardest not to catch no cases on purpose, so I would not get the maximum. But you still want to max me out. Like,
tell me what you did on probation, Mr.
Ma'am, I ain't catch no new cases. I didn't do nothing else on probation, but I ain't catch no new cases.
That's one condition.
Okay, but I understand that. But I'll go do some community service for you. I'll go do a class too. You know what I'm saying? But like I said,
you were given that opportunity.
Ma'am, I'm homeless though, ma'am. You don't understand how hard it is being homeless. Y'all don't understand that. Y'all think it's grade A. Y'all think Heaven for Hope is the place to go. It's not. It's really not. I wish you would take that in consideration. I wish you would see that. I want you to go spend the night at the Haven for Hope so you can know how it really is.
What you don't know, Mr. McDonald, is that I have spent a considerable amount of time. You don't have to believe it, just like I don't have to believe a single word you've said to me. So that's the court order. Good luck to you, Mr. McDonald. We're off the record. This proceeding is concluded. Everyone is excused. I'm going to go fill out his paperwork, and I'll be back for the next proceeding.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Hunt.
I went ahead and thank you, Judge. I went ahead and just removed him really quick, so.
James Garner here.
I'm here.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
What is your middle name? Can you remove your hat, please? And your scarf. What is your middle name, Mr. Garner?
Errol.
Earl?
No.
He's on the 130 docket, Your Honor, I believe.
James Garner, Earl Garner. James Errol Garner, right?
Yes.
You are on the 130 docket.
If you want, Your Honor, I can give House Counsel an offer right now. She can report it to him.
On James Garner, do you see all the cases he has?
I see just the 4 that are on the docket, or 5.
Yes.
He's got more?
He's got plenty more.
Okay. You want me to come down, review, and do a global offer?
If you could, please.
Okay, I'm on my way down.
Mr. Garner, do you want to offer on these or do you want to go to trial?
I would like to know what the charges are.
Okay, this is the city of Detroit versus James Earl Garner. Case number SP 11004335, counts 1, 2, and 3. SP 116950. Those are driving license expired, misdemeanor, no insurance, insurance misdemeanor. Thank you. And an improper plate misdemeanor. All of them punishable by maximum possible penalty of 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. SP 1169507, counts 1 and counts 2, expired license and no insurance misdemeanor, both punishable by 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. SP 1169521, same improper plates, same punishment, $500 and 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines, maximum possible penalty. SP 1223079, driver license suspended. SP 127-37681, SP 129-27512. 3 of those tickets are all punishable by 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. SP 1547006, counts 1, counts 2, and counts 3. Those are civil infractions. SP 1547407, counts 1 and counts 2. Count 1 being a driver license suspended repeat offender. This one is in warrant status, probably an old case that he didn't pay. SP 800104, counts 1 and counts 2. 1 being an unregistered untitled. He owes $1,194 on that. And SP and count 2 of that is a drove while licensed improper. It looks like he has a $114 fine on that. State of Michigan versus James Earl Garner, case number SX 36268561. That is a drove while license expired. And that will be $500 maximum possible penalty, 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. Appearance for the record, please.
Sherika Harris on behalf of Mr. Garner. Mr. Garner, please state your name for the record.
First off, I do have a couple.
You got to state your name first. You got to state your name first.
No,
Let's start there.
I think, wait a minute, Ms. Harris. Wait a minute, Ms. Harris. I think Mr. Garner is going to represent himself. Am I correct, Mr. Garner?
I'm representing myself in what? I mean, I'm confused about what's actually going on. First off, who's alleging these charges? That's what I'm curious about.
State of Michigan, city of Detroit.
Okay, well, if that's the case, there's a common law principle which states that for there to be a crime, there must be a victim. Corpus delicti. The state cannot be the injured party. And in the absence of a victim, there can be no crime.
We're drawing my name from the record on that one. Thank you.
I know. How do you want to proceed, Mr. Garner? You set the matter. I'll enter a not guilty plea on his behalf. Give him a $0 bond. Either set the matter for trial or I'll wait for the city to give you an offer. What do you want to do?
Well, the court haven't even established jurisdiction. I mean, in order for jurisdiction, the jurisdiction has to be established first, and there's no jurisdiction established. And once jurisdiction is challenged, that must be settled before charges can be brought.
All right, do you want to put that in a motion, sir?
As far as I'm concerned, any and all charges must be dismissed because there is no complaining witness. And the state cannot be.
I'm not gonna listen. If that's your motion, I'm gonna deny the motion. Okay, so all we're gonna do now, we're not gonna keep going back and forth. Either you take an offer or you set the matter for trial. Which one do you want?
Respectfully, in order for this to continue, there must be a complaining witness, and the state cannot be a complaining witness. Now, if I'm entitled to a fair trial, the law states there must be a victim. I'm just requesting, who is the victim? Who did I injure?
The citizens of the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan are the victims.
The state cannot be a victim. And if that's the case,
I said the citizens of the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan are the victims.
If that's the case,
Mr. Garner, can we just go into a breakout room and then maybe I can give you a little bit of advice to assist you with moving forward? Would you be agreeable to that?
Sure.
Okay, awesome.
Join the breakout room. We'll pass the matter.
I believe he's ready, Your Honor. He's representing himself.
Let's go back on the record with Garner. What do you want to do, Mr. Garner? Do you want a trial date or you want an offer? Those are really your only two options.
Okay, since we are on the record, all I'm asking for is the
Okay, one last time. Now listen, here's how it's gonna go from this point on. If you don't answer the question that I asked specifically, then I'm gonna hold you in contempt of court and we're gonna move from that point on, right? Get up, Mr. Raymond.
So you're telling me,
Mr. Garner. We're not gonna have a conversation. Stop, sir. Now, that's the last time I'm gonna ask you to.
On the law. Is that what I'm hearing?
All right.
I'm asking.
I'm gonna hold Mr. Garner in contempt of court. He is directly violating the court's order. I've asked him repeatedly to not interfere or add any extra commentary to this case. I've given him ample time to answer the court's question, and he continues to refuse to do so. So now I'm going to hold you in contempt, and I'm going to sentence you to 30 days Wayne County Jail, no early release.
So that means that the court is just going to violate my rights because I'm defending myself? Is that what I'm hearing?
30 days, Wayne County Jail, no early release. That'll give you some chance and some time to read up on your rights, okay? Fill out the contempt papers, Madam. So I'm gonna order you to turn yourself in today, Mr. Garner, to start that jail time, okay?
So I have a question.
I'm not answering any more of your questions. Turn yourself into the Wayne County Jail today.
So the court is going to be in direct violation of my rights in the law. Is that where we're standing?
That's how you feel. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you guys so very much for watching tonight, and I'll see you next time.